Hello there, this is Timo Kotipelto from the band called Stratovarius and you guys are listening to Heavy Nation!
Você ouve agora Heavy Nation, o seu programa de metal da Rádio Wall.
Fala Headbangers, começa agora mais uma edição do Heavy Nation aqui pela Rádio Wall, a edição de número 102 especialíssima, porque temos um convidado mais do que especial, né, Fer?
Isso aí, pela primeira vez a gente está tendo um convidado internacional aqui no nosso estúdio, né?
Pois é, e com grande honra que a gente apresenta a todos Timo Kotipelto, do Stratovarius. Welcome, Timo.
Hi, thanks man, it's nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. It's the first time ever we have an international guest in our studio. So...
Oh no.
And we are very nervous.
Well,
thank you. It's an honor for us, so I hope you enjoy the show as much as we will, right?
A gente vai bater o papo aí com o Timo, né?
Vamos lá. Bom, eu vou começar aqui perguntando, porque pra quem não sabe, o Stratovarius é uma banda que já tem uma carreira bem grande, né? Os caras, ano que vem, vão fazer 30 anos, né? De 84, 94... 2004. 30?
Eu não sei, eu conheci o Stratovarius no episódio.
30 anos, isso aí. Eles estão na ativa desde 1984. E aí eu vou começar aqui o programa perguntando o que ele acha que mudou ao longo da carreira da banda, né? E também na cena, porque afinal a cena, principalmente na Finlândia de 84 pra cá, é bastante diferente, né? So, now we're finally talking to you and... I was explaining to the audience that Stratovarius started in 1984, so you guys have a long career. And,
I wasn't there, but somebody started the band.
Yeah, but you're the longest standing member, right?
Yeah, I've been for about 20 years now.
Yeah, well, it's a huge career.
It is.
So, and what do you think, and you can talk starting from when you got in the band, what were the main... not changes, but maybe evolution in the band and in the scene, especially on the Finnish scene, like because we know there's a lot of bands coming from there. So I would like you to comment a little bit on that.
Well, when I joined the band, it was like 94. This kind of melodic metal, it was like as unpopular as possible in Finland. There was some trash and grunge music that was popular, and of course artists which were singing in Finnish. And then suddenly I joined the band, and then I remember my first gig was in Helsinki, but the second gig was already in Osaka in Japan. So it like started sort of off nicely. But at the time, when it comes to Finnish metal, there wasn't so many. There were like a couple of bands. I think Amorphis and a band called Valtari, but there was no Nightwish, no Children of Bodom, no Somente Arctic, anything like that. So I think we were one of the first, if not the first band who was actually touring in Europe, and we might have been actually the first metal band who came to Brazil, maybe, from Finland, I mean.
That's cool. Just explaining to our audience now, o Kotipelto comentou que, na verdade, ele não entrou, né, em 84, ele entrou em 94.
Com o álbum Fourth Dimension.
Yeah,
e na época o metal melódico, ele comentou que o metal melódico não era um estilo muito popular na Finlândia, tinha mais thrash metal, grunge.
O death metal tava mais em alto naquela época.
Também, né? Anos 90, verdade. Isso. E aí ele falou que o primeiro show dele foi na Finlândia, mas logo depois no Japão. Então ele já entrou meio que já tocando em outros lugares e tal. Ele falou que naquela época, na cena, lá não tinha muitas bandas, né? No máximo que tinha, assim, de conhecida até hoje tinha o Amorphis e tal. Por exemplo, não tinha Sonata Ártica, não tinha Nightwish. Por aí.
E pergunta pro Timo, Fer, o que tem na água da Finlândia, cara? Porque tem tanta banda boa que sai de lá, cara.
Okay, my co-host wanna ask you what is there in the water of in Finland? Like, is there anything different? Because all the bands there, like, are so cool. There are many bands and with so many different styles and elements in metal. So is there anything different in what you drink out there?
We have in our water. There's more metal, you know. That's
the
simple as that.
perfect answer.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, you know. You just come to Finland and suddenly you are turning into metal, you know. I think it's also could be the nature, because we have we have 4 seasons, but of course the winter time is very long, it's very dark, and you know, what do? You have like 2 choices if you are not really working, or you know, if you don't have any other profession, then you are drinking vodka or you are playing music. Some people are doing sports, but you know, when the winters they're so dark, you know, then I think that's like also Finnish mentality that if you do something, then you try to do it properly. So you practice your guitar or drums or whatever, then you really do it. We are not going on the beach to play volleyball because it's not warm enough. So that's what you do, you know.
Ok, ele comentou, ele deu a resposta perfeita, né? Falou que o que tem na água? Tem metal, por isso que a gente toma. Mas ele falou que lá tem as 4 estações, claro, mas é frio, né? É como se fosse inverno praticamente o tempo todo. O tempo não é nada quente, então por isso tem 2 coisas que o pessoal faz: toma vodka e toca um instrumento, tem uma banda. E aí ele falou que por ser sempre assim, parte do tempo esse clima, quando o pessoal se propõe a tocar uma coisa, se propõe a tocar bem, a se empenhar. Ele falou, pô, não tem como você sair pra jogar vôlei, né, no verão, no inverno, né? Da Finlândia. Muito frio. Bom, eu vou perguntar aqui pra ele também, que o Stratovarius, ele é considerado uma das bandas que foram das precursoras ali, né, do metal melódico.
Popularizou o metal.
Que popularizou o metal melódico. Mas dentro, porque a gente tem bandas assim, que é aquele metal melódico e é tudo aquela mesma linha. E o Stratovarius não, eles já tem, por exemplo, bastante balada, eles têm, principalmente, acho que o Timo Kotipelto, ele tinha uma maneira diferente de compor, então você vê muitos elementos no meio das músicas. Vou perguntar se ele concorda com isso e o motivo, assim, se tem alguma influência, quais são as influências. Stratovarius is considering one of the leading bands of the genre power metal and melodic. I was gonna say melodic thrash metal, melodic metal, and but we can listen to a lot of power metal bands which have like the songs are kind of all the same, like not all the same, but all the same way of playing and composing, and we don't see this in Stratovarius. You have like slower songs and fast songs and a lot of melody, but also a lot of melodies on the instrument, like on keyboards, and you guys can explore well the style. Do you agree with that? And I would like you also to comment your influences, the main influences of the band to compose, to write this kind of music.
First of all, I agree with you, because I mean, we have sort of freedom. We have like freedom to make, like you said, like fast songs or middle tempo songs or ballads, whatever. But of course, we still have some sort of frame, which is like Stratovarius, like brand when it comes to music. Mm-hmm. But of course, it's also, I would say, the main influences come from the 70s or 80s, like bands like, you know, Rainbow, maybe Dio. Then of course, later on, maybe Yngwie Malmsteen. Jens is playing with us, so of course that's natural. And all the melodic heavy metal bands, you know, they've been influencing us. But of course nowadays we have younger players in the band, and of course they are probably influenced with more modern bands. And of course our new drummer, of course he used to be a big fan of Stratovarius, so it's like that's how it goes, you know. So it depends. I mean, what do you listen to when you are like, you know, 15 or 20 years old, when you are like basically probably rehearsing as much as your instrument that you ever will be, you know. So, but I think you are right about this, that we can, you know, we can experience a little bit, you know, maybe more than some other bands. And I think it's a good thing, because then it's not so boring to us to play this kind of music, and also it's not so boring for the fans to listen to the whole album, because there's like all kinds of music, you know, even though it's within this frame, you know.
That's cool. Cool that you agree. Bom, o Kotipelto falou basicamente que concorda com isso, que eles têm uma liberdade, eles sentem que eles têm uma liberdade dentro do estilo, né, eles tentam manter a marca registrada ali do Stratovarius, mas eles têm liberdade para compor ali e eles gostam disso, né. E sobre as influências, ele falou que bastante banda dos anos 70, 80, ele citou Rainbow e Malmsteen, que eu acho que tá na cara ali, né. E aí ele falou que agora eles estão com novos, com músicos mais novos na banda. Ele comentou até que o batera era fã de Stratovarius, né? E aí que esses músicos novos tendem a ter uma influência de bandas mais novas, mas mesmo assim a essência do Stratovarius permanece ali.
Pois é, mas Fer, pergunta o seguinte pro Timo, que eu quero saber uma coisa. Ele falou que tem caras novos na banda. Se isso realmente foi uma influência pro novo álbum sair mais pesado que os anteriores, né? Porque o Nemesis parece que tá bem mais, como eu diria, tá mais pesado realmente do que eles têm feito antigamente, assim.
He is asking if, because in his opinion, he feels that Nemesis it's heavier than it's sounding heavier than the previous works of Stratovarius, and so he asked if this is any kind of influence from the newer guys in the band, like they brought something new and they brought this heavier side, or it was something that was already meant to be done, like in your mind, and what did contribute for Nemesis to be heavier? And first of all, do you agree it's heavier?
I agree with him, but not with you. Just joking. Yeah, I mean, I think he's right, because it is exactly like that. But I think nothing is planned. We don't have this kind of plan that, okay, the album in the year 2015 will be lighter or faster or heavier. It just basically happens, and maybe when we are in a way planning it when we are composing, But I think the big difference is that this time our guitar player Matthias, he was producing, but he also mixed the whole album by himself, and he spent, I think, 3 weeks just by trying out the best guitar sound. So he spent a lot of time in the studio. And then, of course, it's also the new drummer. Of course, every time you get a new guy in the band, then he's bringing his talents. And that's the way it should be, because, I mean, it would be stupid that we would tell Rolf that you have to play exactly like Jörg Michael, because then it would be stupid, because then it's just copying somebody. But I also think that, it's just some of these new songs, of course, Matthias is bringing his influences, which are somehow more extreme metal and more heavier stuff. So, of course, it's also affecting our album. So I think Nemesis, it's like updated version of Stratovarius. It's like what Stratovarius is about 2013, without forgetting the past, because it's still Stratovarius, still melodic. There's still riffs and all the difficult solos to play. So it's not totally new band, but it's something new.
Ok, perfect.
Big thumb up.
Ele deu um joinha aqui pro Júlio, curtindo a pergunta. Então ele comentou que concorda de que o Nemesis realmente tá mais pesado. E ele falou que, na verdade, eles não planejam isso. O álbum de 2015 vai ser mais rápido, mas é algo natural, né? Mas que o que aconteceu foi que o guitarrista, o Matthias, ele, além de produzir o disco, ele também mixou. Ele comentou que ele passou 3 semanas só para achar um som legal na guitarra. Então foi um trabalho árduo ali em cima. E também o baterista deles também trouxe coisas novas, né? Ele falou que gosta quando os novos musicistas que entram na banda trazem coisas novas também, trazem seus talentos e tal. E ele falou que os caras novos têm bastante influência de metal extremo, então isso acaba influindo. Ele falou que, na verdade, o Nemesis é uma versão atualizada do que é o Stratovarius, é o que o Stratovarius vai ser daqui pra frente, né? Ele falou, claro que não pode deixar a gente ainda é uma banda melódica, os riffs continuam, né, legais, solos difíceis de fazer, né? Mas continua, a essência tá ali, mas sempre atualizado, né?
E como todo mundo sabe, o Timo Kotipelto era o principal compositor da banda, dele saiu e entrou outro guitarrista. Eu quero saber se nessa troca de guitarrista eles não temiam, uma reação negativa do público às novas composições de Stratovarius e também ao novo guitarrista, sendo que os fãs do Stratovarius sempre são muito fiéis, né? São até um pouco radicais, assim.
he's asking. He said that Timo Tolkis he composed a lot, like for Stratovarius, and he was like an important member. And he's asking that when this lineup change happened, like the guitar player change happened, if you guys not fear but expected something like in a negative way, like for example the fans didn't accept the new guitar player very well, or missed Timo Tolkki too much. What was the expectation at that time? Because we know that at least here in Brazil, Stratovarius fans are like die hard. They are so passionate about the band. So what were the expectations at that time?
Well, first of all, I know that our fans are not stupid. They might be passionate and diehard fans, but they understand if somebody has mental problems. So, like in Timo's case, it was so obvious. So, it was a pity thing what happened with him. But then again, it was so much better for us when he decided to leave the band, because now we don't have any more, pressures. What comes to. For example, if we are planning the tour, then the tour will happen. There's nothing like, something suddenly nobody says that I don't want to do the tour because the stars are not in the right position or something like this. So it's like he never said that. But I respect him, all the good work he did, and I wish him all the best. Let's put it this way. But I think we have very good guys in the band, and that's the way it should be, because we are just making music, and that's it. We don't want to make any stupid headlines. We just want to make good music and play it for the fans, and that's why I'm here, talking to you. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy with the present situation. And actually, I was positively surprised that there hasn't been so many people, asking for him. Of course, there's always some people, who probably believe everything what he says, that. And of course, it would be stupid if nobody would miss him, because, as I said, he was a very talented composer, and all the respect to him what comes to that. But of course, I was surprised that there hasn't been so many people, really saying that we want him back, and Matthias shouldn't be there, because of course now they understand that Matthias is a part of Stratovarius, a big part of Stratovarius, and that's the way it will be.
Ok. Ele comentou que, na verdade, eles ficaram até surpresos que não teve muita gente sentindo tanta falta assim do Timo Tolkki. Claro que, né, um ou outro, afinal ele era um membro importante, mas não foi algo assim avassalador. E ele falou, os fãs podem ser apaixonados, mas também não são, né, a ponto de, não são estúpidos, a ponto de porque ele comentou, a ponto de ver que, o cara tinha realmente um problema mental, assim, né, e que tava atrapalhando a banda. Ele falou que acha muito triste tudo que aconteceu com o Tolkki e tudo, mas foi melhor assim, sabe? Porque ele fala que o momento atual da banda tá excelente, não tem mais uma pressão, assim, não tem mais tanta pressão, por exemplo, o exemplo que ele marcou é tipo, eles fazem a turnê, eles sabem que vai acontecer a turnê, não tem isso de tipo, marca a turnê e do nada, por algum motivo, ele até zoou, falando, a turnê não vai acontecer porque as estrelas não estão alinhadas de um jeito. Não, isso não acontece mais. Então ele falou que tá super feliz, lamenta, deseja o melhor pro Tolkki, mas que agora tá tudo bem, e os fãs dão esse respaldo de que tá ok. So, I was gonna ask you about Tolkki's departure, but I think what you told was enough. And now I would...
I have one more question about Tolkki.
Now he's talking.
É que é o seguinte, que eu vi uma declaração do Tolkien...
In English. You started it out pretty well, so go on. Don't give up, man. You can do it.
I try to incentivize him, like, come on, go on,
he can do it.
But
he can do it.
He's so shy.
One word at a time. Can you...
Não, eu não vou conseguir falar inteiro.
He's so shy. He said, I'm not gonna be able to ask the whole question.
Let's see if I'm able to answer it.
Então, porque o Timo Tolkki deu uma declaração dizendo que ele ouviu umas músicas do novo Stratovarius e que ele gostou muito, que ele achou que estavam ótimos. Quero saber se ele chegou a saber disso, o que ele acha. Então.
Ok, Júlio heard, actually he read an interview that Timo Tolkki gave, and telling that he got to listen the new Stratovarius songs, and then he really liked that. Did you get to listen to this interview anywhere? I
heard from somebody. Mm-hmm. That, of course, that's the first positive comment from him in 5 years, so it's good.
Okay, so what did you think about that? isn't that cool too?
Well, like I said, the first positive comment from that that dude. So that's nice, of course. And I've of course heard some of his latest bands. There've been some Brazilian musicians in the bands as well, and they've been kind of interesting. So there's a new album coming out as well from him. So.
Ok, ele falou que é o primeiro comentário bom vindo do Tolkien em 5 anos. Falou, então tá legal, tá joia.
Então, porque o Tolkien, depois do Stratovarius, fez o Revolution Renaissance, né? Depois do Sinfonia, e agora ele tá com... E agora ele tá com... Agora ele tá com um projeto novo, eu esqueci o nome do projeto novo dele.
Eu também sei.
Avalon, isso, obrigado, Luiz. E as bandas anteriores que ele teve depois do Stratovarius parece que não deu nenhuma certo, assim. Quero saber se ele acha que ele tinha esse mesmo problema com essas bandas que ele tinha no Stratovarius.
Okay, he said that Tolkien's got 3 other projects while he was out of Stratovarius, which was Revolution Renaissance and Avalon and Symphonia, right?
Avalon é de agora, Symphonia.
And none of them seem to be as successful as Stratovarius. Do you think this has any relation with the problem he had? Like, do you think he had the same stuff going on these other projects?
I think Julio here might have some point, and probably he has his own point of view, and I would like to hear, of course, what he thinks about this. But also, of course, it would be interesting to interview guys like Andre Matos or the other guys from the first band, how they think about this. But I'm not, the right guy to comment, why they never lasted. But there has to be something, of course, why they didn't took off. But I mean, yeah, like I said, I think he had very good musicians, especially when Andre was singing and Jari was on the bass guitar and Mikko on the keyboard. So, I mean, very good musicians. So, but it's not so easy. You just think that, okay, I'm gonna call this and this and this guy. Then we have like a super group, with like 5 well-known musicians. But it's not enough. It doesn't work like this. If it would work like this, then everybody would do it. Hire the best musicians, and then you would like think that, okay, now I'm gonna sell gold. It doesn't happen like this. It has to be everything. You have to be, of course, you have to have good songs, and then you have to be honest with your music, and then you have to get like proper people working for your record label, promoters and everything. It's not enough if you have if I would have the best song in my closet, that's not enough. I could tell my friends who come over like, hey, I have a best song, it's here, you wanna listen to it? No, I keep it here. It's not like this. You need the proper people around you as well. But now, of course, I forgot what was the original question, but I can of course tell the same answer in Finnish if you want. So perkele.
No, but it's
I tell you perkele. She's laughing. She knows what it means.
O que é perkele, Luísa? Fala pra gente. O que é perkele?
I do know what is perkele.
O que é perkele?
É tipo um xingamento, né? Tipo
It's a bad word.
Porra, in Brazil, so there's no problem to speak that in.
Really?
No, you can speak as much as you want, unless we understand that, of course. Don't come cursing us.
I just learned some very bad Portuguese, but I think it's better not to say it.
If you want to, if you really feel nervous.
I think I might be forbidden to come to any radio shows from now on, so maybe I'll keep my mouth shut.
Fala pra ele que o nome do baixista dele é Lauri Porra.
Yeah, of course, but I can always say that, hey, on the bass guitar, Mr. Porra! But that's not bad, because that's his name, so it's okay. I wish I would have my last name, something very bad. So hi, I'm Kotipelto, and then you would be laughing like, what the fuck? I don't have it, so... But next time.
Ok. Ele falou, na verdade, uma palavra que chama perkele, que é tipo um xingamento, assim, é tipo um porra, né, digamos. E aí ele, mas pode falar isso? Eu falei, pode falar, não tem problema, não sei o quê. Aí o Júlio falou, inclusive o nome de seu baixista tem. Ele falou, já sei. Até queria ter um nome que eu falasse o sobrenome e todo mundo risse. Mas voltando à pergunta sobre o Timo Tolkien, a pergunta do Júlio, ele comentou que não sabe, né? Não é a pessoa mais indicada para falar sobre isso, que seria melhor talvez perguntar pro André Matos ou pros outros caras que tocaram com ele, mas que provavelmente deve ter alguma coisa a ver, assim, sabe? E ele falou que a outra coisa, assim, não é ter uma banda, não é simplesmente buscar os caras, montar um supergrupo, oi, vem aqui você. Não, tem muito por trás, né? Não é por trás, não. Tem que rolar de outra maneira, né? Não é só você escolher, senão todo mundo contrataria, né? Assim, formaria supergrupos. Tem que trabalhar com o cara certo de gravadora, de booker e tudo mais, e também a
Não
química,
é sempre
né?
a fórmula correta, né?
É, isso aí. E agora a gente ouviu Warman, da Finlândia, com Eye of the Storm, do álbum Japanese Hospitality, de 2009.
Que é uma banda de um integrante do Shield of Bodom, The Keyboards,
yeah.
do tecladista do Shield of Bodom, que é um projeto solo dele, e o Timo cantou nessa música, especialmente. Ficou muito bom, cara.
Okay, do you have anything to say about like your participation on this project, Warman?
Yeah, I mean, also in that project there's like very good musicians, and I remember I think I composed the melody and wrote the lyrics for this song, which I haven't heard in many years, because I've been doing kind of not too many but some projects, but I think some of these Warman songs they are very good, so very talented guys, and of course especially Janne on the keyboards, he's very good.
Ok, então ele comentou que na verdade ficou um tempão sem ouvir essa música, mas ele acha que escreveu a letra e a melodia pra esse som, né? Ele falou, essa banda tem uns caras muito bons, tá? Inclusive o tecladista, né, do Children of Bodom, ele falou que é um projeto bem legal. Antes do Warman, a gente ouviu Stratovarius com Fantasy, do álbum Nemesis, agora de 2013. E agora eu tenho mais uma pergunta aqui pro Kotipelto, antes da gente ir pro Metal Judgment. E eu vou perguntar pra ele, assim, o Stratovarius teve bastante mudança na formação, né? E ele não é um membro original, né? Porque a banda foi formada em 84 e ele entrou em 94. Mas ele é o mais antigo, né? É o mais antigo na banda. Ele chegou a ter a banda solo dele, né? Fez 2 ou 3 discos?
2 albums, né? With your solo project.
3. Então, e aí eu vou perguntar pra ele, assim, por que não seguiu em frente, o que fez ele ficar esse tempo todo o que fez ele acreditar até agora e continuar acreditando no Stratovarius e tudo mais. Acho que é uma pergunta mais. We know that Stratovarius had a lot of lineup changes, and as we said before, you're not like one of the founding members. You entered like 10 years after the band was founded, but you are the longest standing member. And meanwhile, during all this long career of Stratovarius, you worked on many projects, and you had your own solo band, which you guys recorded 3 albums. And why didn't you move on, for example, only with Kotipelto, for example? And what made you believe your band and your work and Stratovarius for all of these years and plan to keep on playing with them? Like, that is
That's
more
a question.
Philosophical question. Let's say.
Well, the not so philosophical answer is that I started my so-called solo career because of the very simple reason, because at the time in Stratovarius, the other Timo was composing everything, and he was producing and deciding what will be on the album. So basically it was only his songs and then 1 or 2 Jens songs. But also I think my songs are a little bit more like classical heavy rock or metal compared to power metal. So I decided that I'm gonna compose some songs, and in the beginning I didn't even dream about the record deal, but then suddenly I had like 15 songs together, and I made some demos. I sent them to a record label, and then I got a deal. But this all happened because, as I said, I wanted to create something on my own, and it was not possible in Stratovarius. So then that's why I started, and then I made these 3 albums. But then, of course, when Timo left the band, then everybody in Stratovarius, we can compose, and we are all deciding what songs will be on the album. So now it's different, so I don't really need to do anything if I want to create something. But last year I was singing, actually I sang 2 albums. I sang this Stratovarius, but also I made this, probably you never heard about this, Black Acoustic, which is like acoustic cover album that I made with Jani Liimatainen. and that was fun to do because that was totally different from anything I've ever done, and that was a lot of fun. And I've been actually composing some songs with Jani between these duo gigs. We've been going to the cottage and we have composed some songs, and also we composed with Jani 2 songs for this new Stratovarius album. So that might be that's something that we might do together, Jani and I, maybe this year, next year, something. I don't know what is it gonna be. If it's gonna be some new band or whatever, I don't know yet. But of course, Stratovarius is priority, and why I'm doing this, it's just because I love singing, I love recording, but of course playing live and singing live, that's the most important and most precious thing to me. And then again, I don't know what else to do. I'm not that gifted, but I love singing,
That's cool. Então ele comentou que, na verdade, o motivo, eu até falei, uma pergunta meio filosófica, não, a minha resposta não vai ser tão filosófica assim. Que na verdade, basicamente o motivo para ele ter começado a carreira solo é porque naquela época o Tolkien estava compondo tudo. Então assim, e o Jens uma coisa ou outra. Então ele não tinha muito espaço. O estilo dele não é tão puxado, o estilo do Kotipelto de compor não é tão puxado pro power metal, é mais aquele metal mais clássico, mais tradicional e tudo mais. E aí ele sentiu uma necessidade de continuar criando algo. Aí ele mandou umas demos até que conseguiu fechar com uma gravadora, mas basicamente ele queria criar também, né? E depois que o Tolkien saiu, agora todo mundo cria dentro da banda, né? Mas ele falou que tem essa necessidade de criar bastante. Ele até tá com um projeto com o Yanni que chama Black Acoustic, que é acústico e faz covers e tal e tudo mais. E agora ele tá até compondo mais músicas com o Yanni, quem sabe para um outro projeto, mas Stratovarius é prioridade. E quanto a sempre acreditar no Stratovarius, é o lance de que ele realmente adora cantar, gravar, mas ao vivo nada se compara, ele adora. Aí ele falou, e se eu não cantasse também não sei o que eu faria, que eu não sou muito talentoso em outras coisas e tal.
Vamos de Metal Judgment agora?
Vamos de Metal Judgment. So now you're gonna listen to 3 Brazilian bands and just say what you think about these bands, and then right after you finish, you'll have some time to think about your favorite one, and by the end of the show, we're gonna play your pick. Okay?
Sounds good. Can I also see the covers?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
All of them Brazilian.
Okay, cool.
Vamos começar então, DJ. This band called Pastore, and the music Brutal Storm. What do you think about it?
I actually liked it. I think I heard some influences from, I might be wrong, but there's to me it sounded like a little bit like good old Savatage, then a little bit like King Diamond, but then also German power metal. Not like power metal how I see it, but German metal. Very good singer. Very good song, so far. I liked it.
He'll be glad to know, Pastore, the singer, will be glad to know that you liked his vocals.
Definitely.
That's
Very
cool.
good.
Ok, então o Kotipelto curtiu aí a música, falou que vê bastante influência, falou, na minha opinião, tem bastante influência de Savatage, depois King Diamond, depois metal alemão ali, ele achou bem legal a banda.
O Pastor vai ficar muito feliz. Vamos escutar mais
certeza.
Um pouquinho, DJ. Oh, que bom, o Timo gostou do Pastor. E aí, Marião?
Legal.
Vamos pra próxima aí.
Ok, next one.
We are the strangers in this world whose sons are living in the ground. We are the victims in this world.
Bom,
Damn, this sounds good as well. I think the future of metal is in Brazil, not in Finland anymore.
lembrando que esse vocalista tá bem cotado pra entrar no Angra.
Ah.
Né? Tá um boato aí que ele realmente é o novo vocalista do Angra. Não se sabe ainda. Né?
He's saying that this singer is one of... I don't know if you know that, but Angra is now without a singer, and this guy from the band is people. There are great rumors that he may be the new singer for Angra. What do you think of this?
Well,
Do you think he would fit well?
Isn't this one in the middle?
Yeah.
He even looks like a little bit like Andre Matos from the distance. But I think, he's a good singer, and it looks like Edu Falacci produced this, so it sounds good. This sounds also a little bit like, in a positive way, like I would say, like a little bit influences from German metal, like Halloweenish, like. Yeah, not very good, not bad at all. Damn. What do you give to these guys? They're getting better and better. I'm positively surprised. Great stuff.
Vamos escutar mais um pouquinho.
Human heart, desolation every day, turning our hopes
O Kotipelto comentou que realmente gostou. Ele até falou: o que vocês estão dando pro pessoal aqui? Ele falou: acho que o futuro do metal tá no Brasil, não na Finlândia. Ele falou que é bem legal, que também lembra de uma maneira, no bom sentido, né, o metal alemão, como Halloween e tal. E ele até comentou, eu comentei sobre o lance do Angra, né? Que ele é um dos vocalistas cotados. Ele falou: nossa, o cara até parece o André Matos de longe. Legal.
Not really, but like, of course I know Andre.
Vamos pra próxima aí, DJ.
No, there's no time for you. I'll show you the truth. You decide it all now. There's nowhere to run. We'll find anyone. It's just me and you. You just do the world with the things you do. All my green deforested. Feet of flames that consume you. All my blue you polluted. I'm this black spot hurting your soul. You will pay, but get the change. You will see.
É o último disband called Rigel. The music is End of Days.
Well, this is a little bit more aggressive compared to these other bands, but that's not a bad thing at all. I think it's well done. Singer is once again good. I think all of these guys who are singing on these albums, they are very good. The singers especially. So thanks for letting me listen to this and not anything crap. So, these are very good bands.
Okay.
So it's, if I need to choose one of these.
Oh, keep it. Only in the end of the show. You'll have some time
Okay.
to think and
I
then...
think about it.
Bom, ele comentou que realmente
Very
gostou das três e agradeceu por a gente dar essas bandas pra ele ouvir, não qualquer porcaria, né? E ele falou especialmente os vocalistas das três bandas são muito boas e desse ele gostou. Ele falou que é mais agressivo que as outras, um pouco mais agressivo que as outras bandas, mas o vocalista também é muito bom e tudo mais, né? Ok, então a gente ouviu aí Slayer com Die by the Sword, Queensryche com The Lady Wore Black e Rainbow com Gates of Babylon. Linda música. E aí agora eu vou explicar pro Kotipelto porque eu escolhi essas músicas, né? So, on this part of the show I choose some classic songs, like some heavy metal hymns, and I try always to associate the songs with our guest. So, and once I read an interview in which you said that you were really influenced by Ronnie James Dio and Geoff Tate and of course Bruce Dickinson. So I decided to make a homage for you with these two songs I've chosen: Rainbow, Gates of Babylon, and Queensryche, The Lady Wore Black. Do you like those songs?
Yeah. That's a good album.
Okay, and I would like you, before you choose the song from Metal Judgment, I would like you just to tell a little bit about your influences. You said you like Dio very much and Geoff Tate and...
My influence.
Yeah. on singing?
Yeah, first of all, I started playing drums. I tried to play these in the studio, but
That's cool.
yeah, but then some of my friends, when I was like 15, 16 years old, they told me that why don't you sing at the same time? Then I tried to play drums and sing at the same time. That was very difficult.
Oh my god.
Then I stopped, and then I started singing, and then I think one of the first songs that I was singing was what was it? I think I sang Spotlight Kid from Rainbow, but I wasn't that good. We also play some Long Live Rock and Roll and some stuff like that, but for some reasons I never touched the song so much where Ronnie James Dio was singing. But to me he was like probably the best singer, but also the way he treated other people, always very polite to the fans, and
People always comment that about him.
Yeah, he was very nice. I met him a couple of times, and actually he's the only guy that I went to see his grave a year ago, so I paid a tribute there. So that was to me he was the best.
Yeah.
But also Dickinson. I mean, he's amazing. But there's so many good singers around. But I think it's, to me, the good singer is not only technical stuff, but it's also if you have a voice that can be recognized. That's very important.
Especially nowadays, because there's a lot of new bands nowadays, and most of them like sound exactly the same. So, because for example, you listen to Van Halen, you know it's Van Halen,
exactly.
like the sound of the guitar. So, if the person can do this, especially nowadays, it's really cool. So,
I agree. This is very important. There are so many singers, like well, for example, like it's not my most favorite band, but like Bon Jovi, when he's singing, then you know it's him. Like what Dio did, or Dickinson. There's many people who I know a couple of good Dickinson clones, but they are not originals. It's Bruce,
Yeah, exactly. Então ele comentou, eu perguntei pra ele sobre as influências, já que o bloco de clássicos foi baseado nas influências dele. E aí ele disse que realmente são grandes influências, mas Dio era a maior influência, que ele falou que começou tocando bateria e na verdade pediram pra ele tocar e cantar, tocar bateria e cantar junto. Ele falou, muito difícil, resolveu ficar só no vocal mesmo. E ele falou, Dio é a maior influência, ele gostava não só do jeito como ele cantava, mas da maneira que ele tratava as pessoas. Ele falou que foi uma das poucas pessoas que ele foi no túmulo, né, no cemitério lá, né, prestar uma homenagem e tal. E, bom, agora vamos saber aí qual foi a música que ele escolheu do Metal Judgment. So, what's your pick, Kotipelto?
Well, this is very difficult, especially since you didn't let me listen to one whole song. You just played me 10 seconds of each song. But I mean, like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised about the quality of the songs, the bands, and especially the singer. They are all very good. But what is it gonna be? I think I need to do the lottery thing. I'm sorry.
Ele falou que vai ter que sortear, que não consegue escolher, principalmente porque... Olha lá, escolheu.
Okay, so maybe I'll listen to this. But this is just lottery, because this was a little bit different from this. But they're all pretty good ones. So.
Ok, ele fez um esquema loteria aqui e sorteou o Ride. Ele falou que é super difícil, apesar de ser o mais diferente dos 3 CDs ali, né? Mas ele falou, não, muito difícil, eu fico com os 3 e é isso aí.
Então o Rigel foi escolhido do Timo Kotipelto aqui no Heavy Nation. Né? Pô, infelizmente a gente chegou ao final, né, Fer?
É, isso aí, infelizmente, porque foi muito legal, foi
muito
uma
legal.
honra realmente, o cara que tem a importância na cena que ele tem. E
conheceu o cara pessoalmente também, né, pô?
Isso aí. So, now, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. We got to the end.
It was nice
of
seeing
it.
you. I'm gonna stay here. You can go. Obrigado.
So, we were talking here that it was really cool. It was really an honor for us to get to meet you personally.
Thank you.
And because of the whole importance, you're so important to the metal scene in a general. I know you must have influenced a lot of guys. Maybe some of these guys singing here were influenced by you. So it's a real honor to have you here. I hope you appreciated the show.
This was very nice. Thanks a lot.
The way we did, and thank you so much. You're welcome the next 100 times you come here.
I'm gonna be here in the next 2 weeks, every night. Thank you so much.
Vamos passar o serviço do show, né?
Isso aí, que o Stratovarius vai tocar aqui em breve, muito em breve.
Vai no dia 18 de maio no Carioca Clube.
Isso, quem tá trazendo é o
A
pessoal
Free
da
Pass.
Free Pass. E é isso aí, Carioca Clube, Stratovarius pela 7ª ou 8ª vez, né, aqui no Brasil. Isso aí.
7ª, né?
7ª.
You should come there because we are better than ever, I tell you guys. If you miss this, then you're gonna miss a very good show.
Ok, ele
Gente.
falou que é legal todo mundo ir, porque ele falou, a gente tá melhor do que nunca. Quem não for vai perder um puta
Então,
show.
gente, todo mundo já tem encontro marcado com o Stratovarius no dia 18 de maio, lá no Carioca Clube. E, Fernanda, além do Stratovarius, também vai ter agora, sábado agora, o show do André Matos, que é da turnê The Turn of the Lights.
Legal demais.
E tocando também o Angels Cry na íntegra.
E animal.
Né? Comemoração dos 20 anos do álbum. Vai ser lá no Via Marquês, às 20 horas, abertura do Mad Gator e do King of Bones. King of Bones, que a gente já tocou aqui no programa umas 2 vezes. Uma banda que também tá detonando por aí.
Isso aí, o show é hoje, pra quem tá ouvindo o programa hoje, dia 11 de maio, hein?
Ingressos a partir de R$50, que é o primeiro lote para estudantes e promocionais para quem levar 1 quilo de alimento. E vai ter um meet and greet também depois do show, que é a parte com o ingresso, né?
E além de tudo isso, meet and greet e tudo mais, ainda vai ter um negócio legal pra caramba, que ele vai gravar um clipe lá. Então quem for e der sorte vai aparecer lá na grade gritando.
Então, se repetindo, hoje, sábado, 11 de maio, às 20 horas, lá no Via Marquês. Não percam. Beleza? Então é isso aí,
isso aí.
Headbangers. Até semana que vem.
Thank you, Kotipelto. The last words are yours.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brazil. Thank you, fans. See you there. Thanks a lot!
Bye bye.